Welcome to the New Music Podcast. We've got your two regular jackoffs from upstate New York. My name is Patrick.
And I'm Kyle.
Oh, man, it has been a minute since we've been behind this microphone.
Yeah, minus the interview.
Yeah, well, for a regular episode, that is.
Yeah.
We had an interview. It'll be out before this episode comes out. But we did a pretty awesome interview with Christopher Whited from King Conquer / Body Snatchers. But I really should be calling them Kyle Snatchers. If you want to know why I say that, just listen to the interview if you haven't already.
And he also showed us some heat that he's been working on like fucking crazy.
That's right, guys. If you are a down-tempo, hardcore, deathcore sounding band and you want to sound good, go to 1776 Recordings because that guy seems to have his corner in the metal scene pretty much carved out for him. Well, as always, how the hell have you been this week?
I'm all right. I mean, I'm just waiting for my vacation, dude. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting so bad, dude. I need it.
You start your vacation next week?
I start it Monday. Technically Tuesday, but I have my Saturday and Sundays off. Or Sunday and Monday off. Oh my god. I keep thinking Saturday I have the day off, but I know I don't because I work every Saturday, so that means your boy's working on his birthday. Yay! Like every fucking year.
Welcome to adulthood. I hate to say it, but just welcome to adulthood because I think I've only requested my birthday off once, and that was because I was going out of town. But that's it. Like, for the most part, I think I've always said that like your birthday is the most important day of the year because you're celebrating the creation of you.
I just think it's another fucking day or another year closer to the grave, so I really don't care.
Another 6 feet closer to hell.
Sure.
Sorry, I have my Carnifex CD on rotation lately, and I've listened to that song like 8 times in the last week.
Oh man, yeah, I'll be turning the big 2-3. The big 2-3. Oh boy.
Yeah, well, you think life is disappointing now, but nobody likes you when you're 23.
I'm surprised I made it this far.
You want to hear more about that, you'll have to go back further into our backlog and hear Kyle talk about the crazy shit this guy's been through. But absolutely, it is amazing when you get another year older and you're like, that's right, world, you haven't killed me yet.
I'm pretty sure I told my school counselor I'll be surprised if I make to like 23. That's what I pretty much said to her.
So on your birthday, are you gonna send like a birthday screen, like a selfie or something to your old high school counselor and be like, I made it?
Yeah, it was either 23 or fucking 20. It was one of the two, or 22. I can't remember.
I'm still kicking, bitch.
Barely. Barely.
I'll be damned if I'm taken out by a cheap beer.
No, I'll be damned if I get taken out by this bitch-ass virus. If this is the thing that kills me, I'm going to be pissed.
Facts. It's crazy. People, there's so many confirmed cases because I talk with a lot of the people that work at Albany Med at my job because I serve them coffee every day on their way to work. These guys are pretty scared. They're taking it day by day like the rest of us. So just be safe out there if you guys aren't already. In fact, things have ramped up so much with the whole fear monger bullshit that I now have to wear I have to wear a mask to work every day.
You have to wear a work to a mask.
Exactly. I had to work in order to get that mask. I did. I had to hunt. If it wasn't for Jen finding the right person on Facebook Marketplace, we wouldn't have gotten one because we went to 2 different Walmarts and
I told you, bro,
another
you
Target.
Getting none of that shit in the stores. Not getting any of that.
I had to try.
I mean, they told us that you can wear a mask and or gloves, but it's not mandatory. So
yeah,
I personally don't.
You do, it's gonna be pretty hard.
Yeah, I personally don't because I can't breathe in a mask. I'm asthmatic. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm. We
And
actually might be losing one of our shift leads for that reason.
like anybody that has a breathing problem is not going to be able to wear a mask. That's a fact.
It is. It is pretty. And on top of that, she wears glasses. So every time she's trying to breathe, it's fogging up her glasses while
Oh
she's
yeah,
trying to work. So she's like, I can't breathe. I can't see. I can't work.
this is some bullshit.
It is bullshit. But enough about Corona. Enough about that bullshit. All right, let's get on with the show. Now, I will like to say, first and foremost, we are not doing a metal article first. We're just going to start this one off a little bit fucking weird, way out of left field. I got I got a Kerrang article that kind of looked fun to me, so I was like, "Fuck it, let's dive on into this shit." Satanic-looking goats have taken over Welsh town, and I have no idea if I'm gonna say this Welsh town correctly, but it's Landudno or Landudno, some shit like that.
Where's this?
We'll get to that.
Yeah, I was just
I
about to
have no
say
idea.
it.
I'm not entirely sure, and I don't want to sound like an idiot any more than I already do. The article starts by saying some shit like, it's a well-known fact that goats are the most metal animal of all time. We have science to prove it. Okay. But now it looks like
Sure.
these most fearsome of farmyard critters is fighting back against the oppressive regime of humanity. In the Welsh seaside of Llandudno, the cloven-hoofed menaces have decided they're in charge now. A herd of around 120 wild Kashmiri goats have descended on the town, running amok and eating residents' flowers and hedgerows. As you can
Insane.
see in the footage below, which we have a video, we will link it in the show notes. Um, the wild goats usually venture from the Great Orme into Llandudno during bad weather, but speculation suggests that the devilish blighters are, god damn it, the language they are using in this article, are causing chaos, and now the town is deserted.
Oh, for God's sake! You fucking serious?
I guess so. Watch Satan's minions do his garden work.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh my
What the
god.
fuck?
All right. I'm gonna try to share this with you as best as I can. It's only 20 seconds, so you can suck it up.
I have this shit in front of me, Pat. They're just chilling.
Sup? What you looking at? Nothing to see here. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my
What
god.
the fuck?
I would have so much fun there right now because I want to have a goat. I want
Why?
to have a couple scary looking goats on my property. I've had goats before. When I lived in, let's see, this was the time where I had I was living with a particular stepdad that I don't like to talk about, but the cool thing about him was that he had a lot of farm animals. He had pigs, he had goats, he had chickens. It was interesting. It was an interesting 3 years, but yeah, so I know how to take care of goats, and I would love to have a couple of scary ass satanic looking goats on my property.
Okay. Okay.
If you have goats on your property, send us an email to the NUMUSICPodcast@gmail.com. I want pictures.
I want pictures of goats.
All right. Now let's move on to some pretty fucked up news. Should we do this one first?
I mean, you can.
Metal album cover artist accused of disemboweling an 80-year-old father.
That
What the fuck? Oh my god.
what? I
I was at work when I read this headline. All right. And I'm in the back room with three other people, and they look at me like I'm crazy for laughing as hard as I did when I first found that article.
what the actual fuck? Just lie.
I,
Just Just why? Like, why?
The article I found is a Loudwire article. Which article was it that you came across?
I think I came across like the metal sucks or the metal injection. It was on all the sites. I'm not gonna lie to
It
you.
really is on all of them right now. But it looks like Jean-Pascal Fournier, or however you fucking say that name, an
Whatever.
artist and graphic designer known for designing dozens of metal album covers, has been arrested in Grenoble, France. And he was taken into custody following a suicide attempt and is suspected to have murdered his 80-year-old father. Listen, if he had daddy issues that bad, he really should have just picked up that Body Snatchers album
Facts.
or any hardcore album for that matter. Um,
Literally.
you'd think that he would be in good supply of that shit. But anyway, I digress. The French newspapers, fuck me if I'm gonna say this right. You know, I'm not even gonna try. Reported that Jean Paul was found dead in his home, disemboweled. Google translation describes the act of violence as ripping him open and gutted.
Oh my
while
god.
his head while his head was pierced with an arrow and had been hit repeatedly with an unknown object.
So he snapped is basically what.
Yeah, this definitely has crime and passion written all over it. Um, but I'm not a detective. Um, at the time the police arrived, Jean Paul's wife, who was described as sick and elderly, was upstairs in the home. The murder took place on Wednesday night, March 29th, the same night that Pascal, the suspect, appears to have run his car off a cliff with no occupants, including himself, inside the vehicle. So he ditched his car?
Yeah, I
Why?
guess.
Why did he ditch his car?
Faking death? I don't fucking know. I mean, that's the obvious sign.
What? I want to know more about this story. What the fuck is going on? When neighbors awoke and discovered the car, police surveyed the scene to see if the driver or passenger had been ejected from the vehicle during the descent. On Thursday, March 30th, Jean-Pascal attempted to commit suicide by jumping off a bridge into a river. I'll just say that. Firefighters recovered the artist because I can't fucking say things in French. That is the hardest fucking language for me.
I can't say any. I can't even speak English. Obvious. It's obvious I can't even speak English. But
English is my second language. My first language, sarcasm.
facts.
Mm. All right. Firefighters recovered the artist, and he was taken into police custody as authorities had been placed on alert to look out for Jean-Pascal. Following the vehicle recovery earlier that day, Jean-Pascal Fournier has designed album covers for artists such as Immortal, Ed Guy. What?
What?
Well, Mandrake and Hellfire Club, I'm very familiar with. Dragon Force, Avantasia, and more. So he specializes in either black metal or power metal, it sounds like.
Yeah.
He likes that super fantastical or fantasy looking stuff. One of these looks like a Tool album cover. That's another article, Loudwire. Nice little plug right in there.
Nice.
But this guy's backlog is pretty impressive.
Oh,
This
I
guy's done
bet.
a lot.
It sounds it.
Yeah, easily a couple hundred album covers that I could tell based off of the link that they showed. But goddamn,
Yeah, he must have like was dealing through something and just fucking snapped.
that's what it
Like,
sounds like.
like no humane person. It's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna disembowel my father, and then I'm gonna first I'm gonna get rid of his car, and then I'm just gonna disembowel my father. Okay.
Because typically going for the gut like that is something that you do when you haven't planned out a murder.
Yeah.
Because if you're planning on killing somebody, you do it clean. You know what I mean?
At least
You don't
try.
go for literally ripping their fucking guts out. Like, what the fuck? I hope he gets the help he needs, first of all. Second of all, I'm still on what the fuck. I think this
I
is a
don't know
huge
what to
shot.
say.
I think this is a moment where headlines, if they haven't already, kind of use this as an example with metalheads have anger problems and are scary. What? This is a dude in
What?
France who designed album art covers. Artists are crazier than metal artists, like fine arts
Yeah.
painters. I find them more terrifying than most metalheads. Let's move on to the next article here. Which one do you want to do next?
I'm gonna do this stupid fucking one just to get it out of the way because I already listened to it and it's fucking dog shit from Loudwire. Rapper Lil Pump is making rock music. Fucking why?
Well, I've seen articles saying it's metal. Some are saying it's hard rock.
It's
And
punk, my guy. It's punk. It's punk.
how are they getting this shit wrong?
It's punk. It's terrible. It's fucking it's like when punk is trying to be bad because that's how punk is. That's what he
Oh,
made.
so you're talking about that like super like gatekeepery type of punk that's like real punk sounds like shit and it's not properly recorded. I recorded this
It's
shit in my garage. That's punk.
no, it's not like that. It's like your typical like I'm a nigga, bum, 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 I'm a nigga," and like you don't fucking know why he's speaking or anything.
Can
Like
you give
why are
us a
you here?
snippet?
Yeah, we'll give you a snippet.
Just a
Yeah,
tip.
just a tip. Oh yeah,
Just a
yeah.
tip of it, buddy.
Just punk. Legit punk, not metal. Punk. Are you people
I think
idiots?
most I think most punks would find that offensive.
I mean, I'm sorry, guys. The punk music sucks. like, especially like this punk.
It's okay to be wrong, but you just haven't been properly exposed to good punk music, and for that, I am sorry. I have not given you a chance to experience good punk music. Like, um, sad part is, I'm sure that Fat Mike from NoFX would pick this up just for the hell of it,
Oh, it
because
gets
Fat
better.
Mike. Oh God. Oh
Yeah, it gets
God.
better. Don't
There's
even worry about
more.
it. Oh yeah, it gets better. There's no like, it's just that little video, but it gets better. The lines between rap and rock continue to blur, with rapper Lil Pump being the latest to try his hand in the rock world, but with his own spin put on it, of course. In fact, according to Rap Current, Lil Pump is dubbing what he is doing a new genre. This is where it gets good. Known as pump rock. Fuck you. It's just immediate fuck you. No, we're not doing that. Um, Teasing a bit of what's to come, Pump posted a video of himself rocking along to a playback of his music, belting some high energy barks for the viewing audience. Check it out below. Back in February, which was the video, back in February, Lil Pump teased that he was retiring from music, but quickly took it back 2 days after the surprise announcement.
That doesn't sound like a gimmick.
Yeah, not at all. He returned to social media, dancing and rapping along to Latin cover track Contacto. Contacto. Sure. I'm not good with any other language. Y'all thought I quit? Bitch, I'm back. Pump started, teasing a performance of the song.
Bitch, you weren't even gone.
You weren't
It
even
was two
gone.
days.
Like, come on, bruh. While it may come a bit of a surprise that Lil Pump is expanding his horizons, we shouldn't be too shocked. Yeah, we should. It's terrible. He did recently make the list of XXL's most insane hip hop mosh pits.
Can I cry now?
And no, it gets better. And has been taking part in the trend of facial tattoos. He even recently shaved his eyebrows. How punk! Fuck off. I hate who wrote this fucking article. Chad Childers?
Chad, chill the fuck out.
Chad Childers. Okay, boomer. Calm down. With his Harvard dropout sophomore set now over a year old. Oh, I guess that was his album. I don't know. It appears that Lil Pump is starting to get an itch for more new music, as most of the music world is self-isolating. Lil Pump has plenty of time to explore rock roots. Stay tuned for what is to come.
Hard pass.
That's a no for me.
Listen, when the music itself comes out, I will do a reaction video to it because I want to actually hear what this guy's got to do, or what he has in mind for diving into any kind of rock sound. I'm always supportive of artists trying new things, but this is the way he's going about it is super cringy.
Yeah.
Especially with that whole, yeah, I'm going to be gone. I'm done. I'm not doing music anymore. I'm done.
2 days
Bye.
later.
Meanwhile, everybody in the back is like, about fucking time.
Then
2 days goes
later.
by,
Yeah.
and this motherfucker's like, I'm back. Bitch, you were never gone.
You were never gone, my guy. Never.
All right.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, I love it.
So, since we're already face palming, let's move into something that's a little bit in the same realm, okay?
Sure.
Guys, you know how we feel about Metal Sucks at this point. If you're a fan of the show, you know by now.
You already know.
We have an article here by Axel Rosenberg.
There it is.
And this is his headline right here. It says it because the headline doesn't actually explain what the article is about. But the headline is attention grabbing. It's Hatebreeds Jamey Jasta. Donald Trump is a fake tan freak who is bad at stringing a sentence together. So, I know. My first thought is he's not wrong. And second of all, why is this the headline? What are we doing here? All right. Anytime Jamey Jasta says anything, people just like take that as a chance to fire at him for just being him. Now, he's not my favorite person, but he's not the worst. He's far from the worst. If you want to shit on him for having a problem with Trump,
come on.
You've got a lot of people you can shoot at then.
And you're also listening to the wrong podcast.
Facts. But let's dive on in, shall we? All right. The article starts off by saying it would appear that Jamey Jasta watched Donald Trump's coronavirus task force briefing over the weekend and came to the conclusion that any sane person would. So we don't support Trump here? Is that what's going on? Anyway, the Hatebreed frontman tweeted last night, "Holy shit, I've avoided watching this fake tan freak for a long time. I thought Biden was bad at stringing a sentence together, but man, he's worse. Get Andrew Yang back in it. We're fucked. LOL." So we're taking a moment to make an article about this tweet. What the fuck? It goes on to say, "Welcome to 2020, Mr. Jasta. You're going to hate it here." And then we got a nice little ad spot right there for buying Metal Sucks t-shirts that nobody wants. Tune in next week when Jamey expresses shock that Bruce Willis's character in The Sixth Sense was dead for most of the movie.
Okay, that was a good one. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty good.
That was a good one.
That's pretty good.
What confuses me is how he gets to that. Like, did he have this joke written and just needed somebody for it? Oh, my God.
I'm not going to lie. Long? I will clap. I will clap for that one. But the rest of this article, fuck off.
How long were you sitting on that joke, Axel Rosenberg?
I mean, he's probably been sitting there for a while, bro.
It's a good joke. But I feel like he shot it at the wrong person. That's all I'm saying. Oh man. All right, so that was a shit post of an article. Let's fucking carry on before I decide I'm going to cry myself to sleep.
So we're gonna get into back to Trapped or Boys in Trap, bro.
Oh fuck.
They're back at it again. I
So
love
I'm
it.
literally about to facepalm through my own head.
Probably
Ugh.
because the cover art is the emoji faceplant or facepalm. It's amazing. Free speech warriors trapped threaten to sue parody Twitter account. Yeah, they're going there.
Are we talking about the Defiler?
No.
Because the Defiler did that parody song.
Oh yeah,
Are they
and it
talking
was
about?
fire.
Oh, it was fucking great. Better than the
Well, I
original by
think we're
far.
gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Okay. Looks
Here
like
we
my
go.
questions shall be answered. I will be patient.
As much as we try to move past this trap story, facts, it just keeps coming up.
3 weeks in a row.
Yeah. They are making it hard to look away. Last week, what started as a meltdown on Twitter about Trump's response to the coronavirus outbreak in the US to let Power Trip challenging them. And them. Whoa, hold up. And the entire metalcore scene busting jokes on them. We thought it was over, but I guess some folks on social media were trying to have a little fun poking at the band, but the constitutionalists in Trapped were not having it. So, Loudwire reports a parody account arose in the last 24 hours with a Twitter handle at Trapped Official, all capital letters. Yeah.
Yo, if this is about to say that the whole Chris Brown thing with him blowing up on everybody was just a parody, I would shit my pants right
Wait
now.
for it.
I know it's not, but I'm just saying I would.
And as you can see, is a joke in all caps, and the I in official is actually the lowercase l. The band shot off the first tweet, and the new parody account was born. Trapped with 2 A's. There's no way one of you fucking posers could learn Headstrong on guitar. We can't even play it. I haven't played a real guitar on stage since George W. Bush was president. And they misspelled president. Horribly, as I might add.
Nailed it.
Trap frontman Chris Taylor Brown did not find this amusing and immediately threatened to sue, but the parody account was not swayed. The account temporarily changed the Twitter handle to Trapped Official with 2 A's before changing back to, and just indicating in their name that they were trapped with 2 A's, resulting in less confusion. Trapped with 2 A's said, "Fuck Joe Rogan." Okay. And then, yeah. And then the actual Trapped said, "I'm not going to be hard to find out who you are and sue you. It's not going to be hard to find out who you are." You know that, right? Screenshots of the whole thing in order to violate our impersonation policy. The account must portray another an entity in a misleading or deceptive manner. Many tweets you sent have done this. Bye. And then the other Trapped account with 2 A's said, "This is my First Amendment right. Hashtag mega." Then then the actual Trapped replied, "Whatever, man. Already the tweets you are setting you up." Oh my God. Already tweets you are. Chris, learn how to spell, my guy. Holy
He gets
fuck.
so heated when he is tweeting these people
Oh,
that
yeah.
he fires them out without even thinking about it.
Yeah. You are setting you up for some costly damages. Do whatever you want, but this page will be down in a day, and I'll be suing you.
Listen.
It gets better. And they replied with 2 A's, "Headstrong, I'll take you on." In all capital letters.
Good one. Good one.
Shortly after Loudwire published their story, Brown responded saying, once they change their name, he is no longer interested in suing. Loudwire obviously put out that article, and then Trapped replied to that saying yes, and they quickly changed the name they had been by adding an A ... Before it was the exact same as this account. Now, we do not have a problem, hashtag Loudwire, has become hashtag liberal cucks, hashtag Trump 2020, hashtag MAGA. The parody account's bio was updated to read, "Hey, the BJs, the Beej, sure, for checking our page, smiley face. We are the rock band Trapped Official," not to be confused with @Trapped Official, "that loves USA and kicking ass. Good grief, another day of free publicity for Trapped. And really nothing says it better than this tweet." Trapped with 2 A's posts a video of, I guess, a performance. And then they retweeted that their same thing, saying, "Parody account or not, there is not a single thing I could have fabricated that would be funnier than this man singing 'Can't Get Far Enough Away From You' over and over as people file away from his terrible performance. He's literally doing the work for me."
Nailed it.
And, Trapped even tweeted, the half a dozen people still tweeting their hate at me for saying what I want on a platform I created are. I don't think you created this platform, my guy.
I don't think you created Twitter.
I don't think you did. Are free to block this profile anytime they want. I have no issue with this. As for the rest of you, hashtag Trump, hashtag MAGA, hashtag KAG. Oh, the new Trapped album coming summer in time for reopening.
Oh, everything about that was cringe. Everything.
Yeah.
The fact that there is even a story about them attempting to, or just threatening to sue a fake profile. Like, you think other bands don't go through this?
Yeah,
What,
facts.
you think because you decided to speak your mind in support of the president? Because, first of all, that is a hot take, and say what you want about that. It is going to get you some flack. You've definitely,
Yeah.
you knew that was coming. You did that on purpose. How does it feel to be the one bullied?
I love this comment in the article. These white folk was vibing. What? Okay. And then the other comment was, "Someone please call the wambulance. Send Brown to the nearest facility where he can get his head out of his butt. He is so thin-skinned, like his friend 45 or Noons, sure, who doesn't understand parodies are protected by the First Amendment."
Boom. Boom.
What?
Oh, man. Headstrong will take you on. Doesn't matter who. They'll fucking take on anybody, even if they lose. They don't care. They don't care.
Give a fuck.
Recently, if you want to hear more about Chris Brown's side on this, I normally don't plug other podcasts, but yeah, actually, we do it quite often. I can't say that. So Lamb Goat has a podcast, the Van Flip podcast, a very good podcast where they interview bands. But they had Chris Brown of Trapped on it, and let me just say the guy interviewing him was having a hard time navigating that conversation, not because it was difficult territory, but because he's trying to play devil's advocate. He's trying to get Chris to say everything that's on his mind without really coming out and saying his actual opinion about it. So it's interesting to listen to. It's a good hour of content if you want to go check that out.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Okay, so I've seen the videos on YouTube of Bring Me the Horizon doing kind of like updates as they are self-quarantining and working on this new record, their 8th album, apparently. And I saw this video that this article is about. Okay, so I have an alternative press article saying, here, Oli Sykes channel Suicide Season era vocals in new Bring Me the Horizon teaser. Not a teaser. Not Suicide Season vocals. They're just bad low screams. They're the best that Oli can do. And I guess that's cool because he's a pop, like a mainstream artist now.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Why does he look so bad now? He looks so
He
bad now.
does. I don't really know what's going on with that. I can't really comment on that because I don't really know what to say about that.
It's like, I don't know, man. He just doesn't look great.
Anyways, the article starts off with Bring the Horizon are still holed up together waiting out this coronavirus pandemic, and they're still giving us plenty of video updates along the way. The most recent being Oli Sykes, and by the way, at this point, it really isn't even the most recent, but they did a video that was tagged as Guttural. That's all it was called, was Guttural. All right, and it has Oli Sykes and Jordan Fish cooking up some filthy guttural vocals combined with brashly morose lyrics. Cute. Given this most recent video update, one might think that Bring the Horizon's upcoming album will sound more like Cannibal Corpse record than Amo. No, it won't. No,
Not
it
from
won't.
that first fucking title.
No, it won't. No, it won't. Dude, this is spreading misinformation like you wouldn't fucking believe. If you want to actually know what the new Bring the Horizon record is probably going to sound like, go and watch the video updates because there's a lot of pop influences. There's some like Suicide Season era guitars, maybe, but the gutturals are like the only kind of lows that he can achieve at this point, which sounded like they did on That's the Spirit, and yeah, maybe some of the ones that were on Suicide Season, but he doesn't get that low anymore. In fact, there's a part in this goddamn video where he holds out what I think is a 30-second long inhale scream.
This article is definitely pushing the boundaries.
20 is the year of the guttural. Yes.
Let's go. Oh, it's coming back.
Oh, it's coming back.
Coming back. Oh, it's coming back. Coming back.
That was distracting. And the look. I wasn't pressing record. Before we go any further into this, that clip actually makes it to the song. Just putting that out there.
Push the floors, 'cause I'm bathing in blood. You'll be the one in your stomach 'cause your monster wants you.
Either way,
That's saying something.
I will still check it out because I still have a tremendous amount of respect for these guys, despite this being probably the cringiest part of their career. I'm worried about their mental health more than anything else right now.
Like halfway through that, I was just banging my head on this fucking desk because I just wanted to stop.
But their fan base is asking for more. They want more of that shit. So let's talk about something that everybody's been talking about lately. Joe Exotic.
You know, my sister watched that for the first time. She was like, I want to see what the hype is. And she like came in my room like halfway through like maybe the first or second episode. And she like walked in my room. She was like, this is dog shit. Like,
it is.
It really is.
Not to mention, like, anybody who has been paying attention to conspiracy culture or if you've just been listening to those types of like true crime podcasts and shit, you've known about Joe Exotic for years. This case is not new. It's just the fact that it got a really good documentary on, and I loose. I use that term loosely, really good documentary on Netflix. It's kind of everywhere and everybody's talking about it. Apparently, Joe Exotic at one point during his political campaign asked Marilyn Manson for a political endorsement. I don't know where he got the idea that Marilyn Manson would support this, but let's get into this, shall we? Eccentric zoo owner Joe has run-ins with his rival animal activist Carole Baskin, which if you've seen it, you understand, and you've definitely heard the names Carole Baskin and Joe Exotic already enough.
Or if you're
But
living
anyways,
under a
apparently, if you're living under a rock, I don't know how you fucking found this podcast. You would have had to turn some stone to find us. In a message shared by Manson on Instagram, Joe said, "I'm running for governor of Oklahoma and trying to speak for real people for a change and get some people help with addiction in this state that no one cares about." People don't care about Oklahoma? That's a weird to say that you're trying to, but anyway, it's not clear what Marilyn Manson's response to Joe was, but his Instagram caption simply read, "Nope, don't fuck with cat," which is a reference to another kind of cringy Netflix documentary. Oh, but you know what? I haven't heard anybody else say this yet. It's, of course, with this being posted on April 1st, it could have been an April Fool's Day prank by the Antichrist superstar, but it certainly wouldn't be the weirdest thing to happen to Manson or Joe's life.
That's a fact. Who knows? It probably could have been an April Fool's joke.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Because that one really could be, and with as mysterious as Mr. Manson can be, I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to say, a week later, "Oh yeah, by the way, I was just fucking with you guys."
That'd be pretty funny.
It'd be very honest to his character. But let's move on, shall we? You guys might remember some of the cases we spoke about last week. Who has coronavirus and so on and so forth. Well, we have word that Death Angel drummer Will Carroll is out of the ICU. He's back home, baby.
Let's get it.
He's out of a coma. And it has been stated on more than one occasion that the story about his case was wildly exaggerated. I already know that before I've even dived into this article. So apparently, I could be wrong about this, and we'll find out soon, but apparently he didn't even have coronavirus. But we'll get into that, of course. So, Axl Rosenberg, please don't disappoint me with this one.
Our boy is back. Thank God.
Is back with another fucking article.
God.
At last, here's some much-needed good news. Death Angel drummer Will Carroll has finally returned home after several weeks being spent in the ICU. Testament, Exodus, and Death Angel recently completed their European tour together, which Carroll left Exodus guitarist Gary Holt, Testament's guitarist Chuck Billy, and Steve DiOrio. I don't even know if that's really how to say his last name. I just like saying DiOrio. I think it's probably DiGiorgio or DiOrio.
DiGiorno's?
It's not a porno, damn it.
It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno's.
And several members of the band's touring crews infected with COVID-19. Holt first revealed that Carroll had been hospitalized with COVID-19 on March 20th. A week later, Billy confirmed that Carroll was in the ICU and revealed that drummer was on a ventilator.
I can't. Fucking wish I would.
All right. On April 2nd, Carroll released a statement in which he divulged that he'd been in a coma for 12 days, but was at last on the mend. Now, Lambgoat reports that Carroll's fiancée, Leishawn Navarro, took to social media yesterday, which was April 6th, to announce that Will is finally home. And here is the quote. "I'm sure I speak for everyone here at Metal Sucks," or this is a quote from Metal Sucks, I guess. Okay, I don't know why this needed quotes, but "I'm sure I speak for everyone here at Metal Sucks when I say we are relieved Will Carroll has recovered enough to be at home. Here's hoping his health only continues to improve. Meanwhile, both Holt and Billy have said that they're feeling much better since contracting the virus. unfortunately, we haven't had an update on Diorio since his diagnosis was revealed last week. Well, it seems to me that most of the cases we have seen in the metal industry are people who have kicked it. So they're doing good. I keep saying kicked it like they kicked the bucket, but like I mean to say they're doing good. They're doing better. All right. They came out stronger. Oh my God. But in other coronavirus news, apparently Batushkas, and that is a real band name, by the way.
Okay.
Krzysztof Drabikowski. I think I said that name right. Krzysztof Drabikowski. And if you saw the way this name was spelled, you'd probably be wondering how I'm supposed to say it too. He has recovered from the coronavirus. So that is another motherfucker who has beaten this goddamn virus. So I'm just gonna say hell yes to that. Yes.
See, the problem is like it's a 98.5% that you're gonna go over it. You're gonna get over it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people don't understand.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's still thousands of people dying from it.
Oh no,
So
no. Well, yeah.
Scary.
Well, yeah, it's still scary, but it's like, guys, it's 98.5% that you can survive this. It's just
be careful.
Yeah.
Either way, just don't be stupid. Let's see. It looks like here's a quote from Krzysztof himself saying, "Me and Edgar, which is his son, got rid of the virus." He wrote on social media saying, "So if someone needed to buy food or anything in quarantine, we're happy to help." That's actually really nice to offer that. Drabikowski and his former Batushka bandmate, vocalist. I really should start looking up how to say some of these guys' names before we start doing this show. Are currently in the midst of a lawsuit over who owns the group's name.
Okay.
You're fighting over that fucking name. All right. I know I've listened to this band before too. That's the weird thing, is that I know I've heard this band and they're pretty good from what I remember, but it's been a fucking minute. But they're apparently the best of they landed on the best of 2019 list for both editors in chief of Metal Sucks. So that has to mean something. Metal Sucks likes these guys. But I digress. They beat it. Him and his son beat it. So I'll give a quick hell yes to that. And a rip to Joe Exotic, because I am now killing that article. Are we out of news for this week?
I know I am.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys, for tuning in. That was a fucking week. News is gonna be shorter because of this whole COVID-19 bullshit. There's not nearly as much shit to talk about. So bear with us, guys. We're gonna try to deliver some reaction videos to you. First chance I get. I'm just working on getting the apps on my phone to work the way I want to. Yeah. Just not trying to do the way that we did them in the past, because in the past we were doing them with a screen capturing app, and that meant our picture was this big, and the music video was this big.
And I could barely hear the music when I was trying to record my shit, so yeah.
And we don't want to give you guys just like random acts of content. We want to give you guys the good content. So we'll be doing a reviews episode in a couple days here. We'll have a lot of music to talk about at that point. We'll give you some fucking snippets, because your boy knows that he can give you 10 seconds at the very least of a song and not get in trouble. So let's fucking get it, boys. Thanks again for tuning in. And thank you. Bye.
That was all the energy I had for my life. That was it. That was it.